I'm Josh Fat Jude. I'm also known as Juther Vandross, Jew Diamond Phillips, Whitney Houston, Jusen Sarandon, the Fat Jew of Liberty, which is one of my personal favorites, the Jubix Cube, Chewbacca, Ferris Jeweler's Day Off. There really are like apps there really are hundreds. Junafish Salad, yeah. I actually have like hundreds. I used to have a lot of free time. So it really depends where you know me from. Like if we like partied at like a weird like rave where like Dominican people were dressed like vampires in like 2007, you probably know me as Fat Jew. If you know me primarily from like Instagram, you probably know me as the Fat Jewish. So it really depends like where we know each other from. When I was a kid, I was like super high end. I was like very like, I was like fancy and like very gay. Like I was wearing like true to waist like slim jeans with like a button down and like high end shoes and like only hanging out with my mom and being like, what is she wearing? You know what I mean? Like I was very like, I'd make like Play-Doh hors d'oeuvres. Like I was fancy, like and fucking judgmental. I was like a power gay at 9. I had I looked like an Asian kind of lesbian. I was very Asian for some reason. I look always, I don't know, for some reason, like my childhood headshot, I wanted pictures of me taken in like ruffled shirts. I was just like very saucy. I was like a drunk gay man. And now, in my 30s, now I'm like a giant bearded infant. I've like regressed into full adult babydom. Yeah, my upbringing was cool. Like I was raised in Manhattan. My dad is like, I was an interesting juxtaposition. My dad was like born in Russia and was like, had like a beard when he was like 9 and like worked at a factory when he was like probably 10, because over there you can just like work whenever. He had like a beard up to here. He probably had a kid at there's probably another kid over there when he was like 13. He calls me an adult entertainer because he doesn't know what to call me. I don't know what to call me, so he's like, my son's an adult entertainer, and I'm like, don't call me that.
So like he's a stripper.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's literally means I'm a stripper and or like I direct porno. But you know what? If I had a one-word job title, I feel like I'd be pissed. It's outdated. Right. Like if you can explain it, I don't want it. I actually, for some reason, gravitate towards like the non-middle. I either like the next thing that like the most like lit YOLO swag like wavy teens are on, like going like the next thing, or sometimes when things get so old and outdated and everybody leaves, the people who are left, it becomes like insane. So like obviously Twitter was like the platform du jour of like 2009 and 10 and 11. But now obviously, now that the lit millennials have left and everyone's kind of moved, it's this weird collection of like, it almost becomes like this weird ghost town like where people live, and it's insane in there. So I either like the old stuff, like I would chill on MySpace if it was still around, or I'm trying to be on like the next thing. Obviously like Instagram is like a very current thing and that's cool, but those are really my preferences. Like what are like futuristic teens in Asia using, or like what are like, where are moms and dads? Also Facebook rules, always. Because Facebook is like the only place where like it facilitates conversation between all age groups, which I think is like, which I love. Like I could put something up and it'll be a conversation between like my aunt, you know what I mean? Because like she's on Facebook, like, some black guy I know who like shaved his teeth into fangs because he's like a vampire and a raver, but he's on Facebook, and then like a Korean DJ, and then like some kid I went to Jewish summer camp with, all like arguing in a comment strain about Bernie Sanders. Like you can't get that type of conversation elsewhere. Because like the new platforms, they don't facilitate conversation. Like on Snapchat, you just dumb out, but you can't comment, you can't talk, there's no chatter. And I kind of love like the fact that like a goth black DJ and my Aunt Arlene can like interact with each other in one space is hot. That is hot. Because on Snapchat, they have no connection. They just don't. They wouldn't follow each other. They're very different. And they're both people that I love. Oh, tight. I met Kevin Systrom. It says it Kevin Systrom? I met him at, where did I meet him? Where the fuck was that? I met him at like a movie premiere or something, and he was like ensconced in Asian women, which by the way makes perfect sense for Kevin Systrom. And he like kind of like walked up to each other. Oh no, it was at the CFDA Fashion Awards, which by the way, it's funny that he was there, like literally flanked by just like Japanese women.
And I came up to him and we sort of gravitated towards each other and I was like, what's up, man? I was in a tuxedo with like no shirt. And I was like, yo, I was like, hey man, I really like your app. And he was like, thanks man, my app really likes you. And then we like hugged and he smelled really, really good. Like really like fruit. And kind of just like fruit, like like kind of leather, yeah, like new leather, like new car. The inside of like a brand new BMW. He smelled amazing. So he's been really good. And then yeah, like actually there were two White House things that happened, both of which were very exciting and highly upsetting and disturbing. One was that one of the useless Jew army that works for me, they met. I think this was probably like 6 months ago, and they met Hillary Clinton's like whatever, I don't know what he's called, like brand manager or like social media manager. Because Hillary Clinton has the worst social media, like the worst ever. Like it is known that her social media is horrendous because it is like its desperation to connect with like millennials is like so embarrassing. She'll be like, yo, what's up? Like we're out here with the YOLO, like just chilling, like, and like hanging out, like, you know, with the swag. Like it's so like her desperation to connect with young people is horrible. So they met and then, I mean, I'm sure this guy doesn't know how bad it is, but maybe he sensed it because he said they were talking. He said, we'd love to sit down. And look, social media like shapes elections, which is also fucking scary. Like memes can win election. So like Bernie Sanders is like, he owns the internet. Like the internet loves him. So like that's a huge leg up for him because like the memes, like the same thing with Obama. The internet fucking loved Obama. He was like the darling of the internet. Memes win elections. So they talked. He was like, we'd love to sit down with Fat Jew and like speak to him about like if he could like lay out a social strategy for Hillary. And I was like, first of all, I should have no hand in anyone being president. That is terrifying for all of us. Even for, you're British and it's terrifying for you. Like I'm actually sad. I guess like who's our royal family? Like I guess like kind of the Kardashians.
No, it'd be like the Koch brothers.
No. Like you have to like be in the news. The Koch brothers are like Illuminati that only exist in like smoky back rooms and like puppeteers the government, or like reptilian shapeshifters, like you know, like who like want like the white race to like, you know, be dominant. But if I lived in Britain, I would be so royal family obsessed. I'm not even kidding. I would come through with like a Kate Middleton jumpsuit. Like I'm wearing Kim Kardashian shorts where it's just different pictures of her crying. Like if I was in England right now, I'd have like a full Kate Middleton onesie. What is happening?
I don't know.
This thing is just bugging out. I would have a full Kate Middleton onesie. I'd have like a William Dad hat. Like I would wear because I know they make like so much like unauthorized royal family merch that you can buy, right? Like when you like go near Buckingham Palace. I would be in like full outfits. Literally full. I'd have a Fergie umbrella. I'd still be repping for Fergie, for sure. Also, like any disgraced royal family, that's hot. Like Fergie is like, she's like, what has happened to her? You know what I'm saying? If I came through in a Fergie full print onesie, fire. So I love that stuff. But comedy, I can't. Like, I don't know why. Like I've talked to my therapist about Monty Python. Like that stuff where like the sun comes up and it's like, yeah, and like, ooh. I can't.
When's the last time we did a lot of drugs?
Well, it depends. What kind of drugs?
I don't even remember. We were
Now
talking about having a doctor give us heroin.
Yeah.
Which just sounds
well, because I feel like we've done almost everything, and I want to hit the last. I want to collect them all. You know?
Like I feel like we invented drugs, but we still haven't had a doctor.
I mean, I've done like all the drugs that have like letter and number combinations. You know, like 2CB, like GHB,
JavaScript, PHP, CSS, HTML,
CA, WME. But I've never like shot heroin like into my foot. I sniffed it and I barfed with a friend of ours. But no, I'm really not kidding. And the fact that I can talk about smoking coke and like watching Shark Tank, but also like maybe meet with Hillary Clinton's social media manager. It's like 2016 is weird. It's really, really weird.